Mission Room has been working for about 7 years. We're actually coming at BIM from a different direction altogether. We're coming at it from capturing real data, 360-degree real imagery and video, and being able to put people inside that. And we've had a couple of attempts at moving into BIM, and we now feel we've found a route to do this. Our sort of mantra is see more, understand better, reduce mistakes. And we've focused very much on bringing real sites into the office to allow people to understand them better. Over the years, we started off in rail, and rail is still probably our biggest business. We've moved into highways, utilities. Construction has always been one of those interesting things, and we bumped into BIM along the way. But Mission Room in its native sense gets used for all sorts of things. Training, induction, planning, design, stakeholder engagement, and it's all about reducing mistakes.
Mission Room brings your site into the office so you can see and understand more. Teams share the same picture and avoid the cost and risks of site visits. We film and map your site so you can view highly detailed, up-to-date information. Tender and bid teams can spot and understand risks more clearly. Planners see designs in context, minimising costly mistakes.
We sat down and had 2 integration meetings, and what they gained out of that hour, that saved them about 6 months of planning, and it's a big plus point for them.
Review operations, spot problems and measure progress. Induction and training is quicker, clearer and more engaging.
The induction time has been saved. We only have them in here for an hour now. We're able to get the guys out on site quickly and I'd say in the know.
Some of the UK's leading companies have seen the benefits of our award-winning solutions. Visit missionroom.com for more information.
So, primarily we've been supplying major contractors, tier 1 contractors, Network Rail, Highways England. We started off, as I say, in linear projects. So that's, we've proven the technology works. And in fact, Mission Room, as the name suggests, started off, our first system was a cube. And it's still one of our most interesting products, in that you stand inside this cube and there's video and everything happening around you. It is as though you're out on site, is how we try to sell it. But the reality is that for many situations, it's not actually sensible to use that. So the system we have at the back is actually one of our most successful systems at the moment. It works for much bigger groups. We've got smaller desktop systems, but we're focusing very much on the technology to take information and make it easier for people to understand it. So where does this fit into tonight? Well, as I say, BIM is a very complicated subject. It covers so many things. When we first got involved in it, we realized there were lots and lots of charlatans out there who realized they could just use the word BIM and people would fall over and say, yes, I'll employ you because I don't understand what it's all about. But it's a little bit more evolved now, and there's a whole series of software systems that interact together. The problem is when you try and explain that to people going out to do the work, to actually build things, to turn the computer models into reality. And you get mistakes, you get delays, you get increased costs, you get safety issues, and they wrap up into this thing we call confusion. So confusion costs money and it puts people at risk. And what we're trying to do is to reduce that confusion. So again, if you talk to people, BIM has morphed into a lot of different things. So I spoke to somebody a few months back and I said, so you're running the BIM team? They said, no, we're digital engineering. And BIM's only a small part of that. And then you talk to somebody else and they call it something else. But what we're focusing on, and it's not the only area, but it's a key area for us, is what we call digital rehearsal. It's that ability to take that computer model of the process and the thing we're trying to build and actually make it easy for people to understand when they go out to actually do that work. So Mission Room isn't only used in this phase, it can be used in the design review phase and in lots of different phases. But this is a key area for us. and it's about reducing mistakes. See more, understand better, reduce mistakes. Obviously that's reducing delays, it's cutting costs, and it's improving safety as well. So we've taken 2 stabs at this. We had a first go at getting involved in BIM. It's 5 years ago now. We knew that our technology was really potentially very useful. At the time, there was not a lot of software around, so we had a go at building our own interfaces to Navisworks and Bentley, and we quickly realized that, yeah, you could do it, but unless we were prepared to invest a lot of money in the software development side, it was not going to work. We'd always be, you know, the new version, a new API coming out, a new SDK. So we decided to step back. And probably we were too early. It wasn't our core activity, and we needed to put some resource into this. So we stepped back. We've come back to the party, and it's interesting that we've developed different hardware. So at the time, we didn't have the systems like we had at the back. So we've got a whole range of different versions. We've added things like touchscreen capabilities, so you can now use that just by touching the screen. It's a lot easier for people to use. The biggest step forward has been able to take BIM software and run it out of the box. So we don't have to do a lot of programming to make this work. It's obviously a maturing market, so there's a lot more interest in this. And there are now professionals, and it's becoming a more professional approach to the business. The final piece in this was that we met up with 3D Repo about 3 or 4 months ago, and we found that we could run their software completely out of the box on our systems, and that's what we're demonstrating at the back of the room today. So anybody who can use 3D Repo can use our systems with touchscreen capabilities. So the ability to set up a cost-effective digital rehearsal system that takes that BIM from the realms of the engineering professional and into the workforce and into the people that are building it is absolutely possible. So as I say, this is probably the system we've got at the back is the one that we're getting most interest in. Having said that, we've just put a trial system into the M4 for Balfour Beatty, looking at using it, a cube. So a little clip here showing the different approaches. The touchscreen capability makes this work, okay? Because especially in highly immersive situations, trying to work out just where the bloody mouse is, it's so difficult. So just being able to touch the screen and do things or mark it up on the screen makes it really simple. Because you don't have to learn new software if you already know how to use it. So we've put things like Synchro up. We've used a range of different systems. I know 3D Repo are looking to bring Synchro into their, perhaps I shouldn't say that, but they are. Anyway, so the point about this is we provide the ability to interact with BIM systems, with BIM data in a very intuitive way, in a way that the workforce can understand, in the way that the clients, if you've got clients and consultants and contractors, they're all trying to understand this data, get them in a room, they all see the same image, they all see the same data, and it's easy to understand it. So at the end of the evening, if you want to come and have a look at it and see it being used in anger, you know, we brought this down this afternoon, set it up in an hour, and we'll take it down and be off at the end of the night. So it's a very effective and powerful system. Okay?
Thank you.